Boom. We in business. Okay, so as usual, y'all don't know how much time we have because the baby just fell asleep. I walked all the way up the hill for this, okay? Today is a very, very special podcast episode because it is a doula reveal. Someone who's become a friend, a dear sister to me. She's right over there. It's like a talk show host. Her name is motherfucking Big Whit. Not the little one. This is Whit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself because what? I can't do that. Oh, look at him. Okay.
Hey y'all, I'm Whit Williams Black. I'm a full spectrum doula and student midwife.
He knows your voice.
Yeah, no, for real. And I'm the doula at Wanna Be Well Doula Services, which is still a thing for now, but one day we'll transition away and do the real thing, which is exciting. Yeah, so I was her doula.
Y'all, when I tell you this, I mean, you would have made it Earthside eventually, but like, without you, I don't know how this experience would have went. Like,
Everybody says that. That is like one of the biggest gifts that all of y'all say. It's like, I don't know how I would have done it. And from my perspective, you're right. He would have definitely, the baby would have definitely made it Earthside, no matter what. Yeah. But I am happy that I got to make it a vibe because it really was.
It was a vibe.
It was a vibe.
We're just here sitting with the conversation.
Just
we're going to let
chatting.
it flow.
Yeah.
But I do want to share, like, one, your perspective of it. Two, you tell a really funny story about, like, how we met. And because she doesn't do it for everybody. Okay. And I would love to hear your criterion for that. Sure. And, like, I want people to know, like, first, your background. Like, where did you come from? What was your education? And I use that word not in, like, the Western sense, but, like, give a little background to yourself. And then, like, how you, just tell people.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So first I'll start with I'm just somebody with the capacity for pregnancy, which means that I have been close to women, femmes, parents for all of my life. Wow. And so like I held babies all of my life. I was one of those kids too who like the old ladies were like, put that baby down with your fast tail. And I was like, oh, okay, let me put the baby down. But it really was a calling for me early in life. So I've always loved babies and I was always interested. I say my first crush, shout out to Miss Taylor, was my 5th grade teacher. I was like her helper all year. She was pregnant and I loved her. And so I should have known. She was my first crush also. But she was gorgeous. But yeah, and man, so I think it started there. And then I went to Hollins University, which is a small, private, we call it historically gender-oriented school. It used to be an all-girls school, but it's very queer now. So a little bit of everybody goes there now, but when they were marketing it to me, it was an all-girls school. In Roanoke, Virginia, and I got my I got my bachelor's degree in gender and women's studies with a minor in social justice. My senior capstone was on Black feminist epistemologies, where I
What does that even mean?
literally like listen to Black women and believe their stories because they are what people call the canary in the coal mine often. And so I've been listening to Black women all my life, but it wasn't until I started studying bell hooks, reading Octavia Butler, like getting into the sort of like more political and activist world that I was like, oh, if we would just believe Black women and femmes,
We'd be all right.
it would actually be very easy.
And you have a book club, right?
I do have a little book club. It's called Out of the Earth Book Club.
Real quick, plug yourself before we forget.
Oh yeah,
you
can follow me on Instagram at Whit Wanna Be Well, WHIT Wanna Be Well, WELL.
I'll tag her when I share some clip because it's going to be shared.
Absolutely. And I have a website too that's always linked in the bio. Yeah. So there's always things there.
Okay, so that's what Wanna Be Well. Yeah, we're filming. We're recording, babe. Yeah, lock that. Hey. Are you about to be banging some pots and pans? Okay. Anyways. Anywho. Okay, so you got into doula work.
Yeah.
How?
So I was taking a class. I was taking just a intro to gender and women's studies class, and I don't know, I had like big questions about medicalization of bodies, which is just like, how do people show up to access healthcare? And I was like, if 2 + 2 = 4, why have we been delivering babies for a millennia and we still don't have it down to a science? Like, I figured that we would, and
Right.
that was in 2015, before we had the name the Black maternal health crisis. And back then the statistic too was like 2 to 3 times more likely, and now we're looking at 4 to 5
Wow.
after the pandemic.
Wow.
So in my tenure as a doula, it's almost doubled.
Wow.
So yeah, so I started there, sort of learned the statistic. I was floored, and I actually talk about this in my YouTube video where I talk about
I'll link it.
my my personal statement for grad school. But yeah, I just was asking a whole bunch of questions, and my professor was like, you know, when we were learning about everything, she was like, somebody standing in the gap, doing the work always.
You drove the kiddos. Intermission.
Well, here, real quick, I'll say we met, or somebody told you that I should be your doula.
Yes.
And
my
I
body
was
worker.
and I was not taking clients.
Yeah.
And I don't call them clients, even families, but I wasn't taking anybody else. So I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then this crazy person was like, okay, I'm not going to listen to any of your recommendations for a backup doula. You're going to be my doula. Basically. She's not saying these things, but this is her vibe. And I'm like, okay. And yeah, she put in her Instagram story that she was going to do a hot yoga class at 28 weeks pregnant.
I was pregnant.
And
I was there.
I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this hot yoga class. I went to the hot yoga class and she kicked my ass. And then we went to breakfast afterwards and we counted that as our consultation. And that's how we
started. We went out to eat.
That's how we started.
As we went out and we just had a little kiki. It was great. Like, I feel like I was talking to one of my homegirls.
Yeah.
And I will say, I wish that feeling on everybody. Like, I mean, life always works out for me, how it works. Yeah. But I wish that feeling on everyone, because from then on, like, I just have felt so safe in your arms, in your presence, which was like so needed in the work we were actually doing. So that's how we met. Yeah. That's a little deep. I love the background. I just feel like there's so much more depth to you.
But hey, literally everything that I was about to say, it's literally in that other video where I talk about my personal statement. But basically, yeah, I got the degree. That I had a doula came into class who was also an English professor. She taught a class. I was donor trained, for all of you out there who are like, was she? I was. It was the worst training.
Say it.
If I can say it any closer into the mic. It was the worst training I've ever had as doula.
And what is Dona?
Dona.
Do not do it. Dona do it.
Don't do Dona. But anyway, took that little class, and then yeah, I was at some burger.
Who's that? Let me get this way.
No.
Anywho.
Yeah, and so I started. I got my second one in New York and loved it, and yeah, made my way to North Carolina. And then you ended up on the love of my life's table. I love Lee. Shout out to Lee.
Okay, and that's full circle.
Yep.
Full circle. Okay, love that. So now I want to hear your perspective, because I have my own perspective on the birth and like how it went.
Yeah.
And that experience. Yeah, I want to hear your perspective on it.
One of the coolest home births I've ever been to, for real. Yeah. No, literally. We forget that, like, is this going into the place where, like, they know things, they can know things? This baby was born in call, which, if you know, you know. This is a very special being that we have in our midst. And so, the only in-call birth that I've ever seen in my almost 10 years as a doula. Wow. And I think it has something, I think that says something about the ease that you afforded yourself in this chapter of your life. And yeah, people just don't get that. So it's special what you've done and what you've created. So everybody online who's like being weird about you, they just don't get it.
It's so annoying, because I'm like, yo.
Yeah, they just don't get it. But the birth in and of itself was like, You know, really beautiful common song for a first timer. You know, I won't say self-doubt, but definitely like really looking for that reassurance.
Yes.
And, you know, I was able to give that because you really were walking through the stages of labor in a really paced way. You didn't rush anything. You didn't rush it, especially at the start, which most people just rush the start. You didn't rush anything. You took your time. You
Again,
waited.
you're like,
Yeah.
I remember, like you mentioned reassurance. I remember just looking at you, especially in the bathroom at the end, like, is this normal? Like, is this?
I wish I could act it out for you. This is the door. Is this happening today?
Cause I
Just like,
didn't
bro.
know. Because I've been having early labor. That's early labor.
Yeah.
If you ask me still today, I'd be like, I don't know what stage I was in.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't getting checks. I wasn't until the end. So I didn't know. But Big Whit knew.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, I think you should transition. And that reassurance, like, okay, I am moving. I am.
And your transitions were beautiful. Like, a lot of people get really scared and nervous in transition, and you just like took it like a champ.
It
Really
helped me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say 10 out of 10 birth, down to even like the small tear. And I mean, you get like a for a first timer, you get a 6.7. You get like a 6.7 for like that first week of postpartum because you was really doing too much. But overall, it was 10 out
I
of
was
10.
doing too
You
much.
needed to sit down.
Sit down. And you know, we're going to pause it there because I'm going to go look at a house.
Absolutely.
Guys.
And I have babies to go pick up.
Yeah.
So
this is part 1.
the doula reveal.
Doula reveal. Big Whit. Okay, bye.
Okay, part 2.
Surprise.
Part 2, we're back.
2. And we're back. Okay. So
Yeah.
I got a 10 out of 10 for birth, 6
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah, for that first week.
Because the first week I was doing way too much.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I'll give her. Was it a 6 or a 7 out of 10? How do you think she did for a first timer?
In terms of doing too much?
Just the first week when
Yeah.
when she was doing too
Oh.
much.
I got it together.
There were just a couple moments where she just, oh yeah, back on the horse, like, bro, be humble, sit down.
Hey,
And I
word.
sat down. I got humbled.
Yeah.
I was humbled.
But she was a quick study of her body.
Good.
Like, wait a minute.
But that was all pregnancy, I think. So quick study of the body. Shout out to body literacy.
Amen.
Heavy on that.
Oh, but you did ask me like, what are my no's?
13.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I want to know what you're.
my
I'm
nose.
not doing this.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
You know, it was hard. At one point in my career, I was like, I'm not going to any more hospital births. But these people be going to the hospital. And I was like, my fundamental strategy is I go where the people are. So that was hard. But for like a year, I did that. And I got to see some of my first home births. And that was delightful. Yeah. But my real no's are like, like any like isms. Like you got one time to make a racist joke, a sexist joke, homophobic, transphobic, really classist jokes I have slightly more capacity for because I know that people don't understand classism in the way that I do. And so I use that as a teaching moment, but any unwillingness to be challenged on any of those things are really a no for me. People who have, I'm not gonna like this.
Say it. Just the podcast word.
People who have, and it's not mental health things.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying specifically anxiety. And
I don't see anything wrong with that.
And it's anxiety and no mental health hygiene, like no care plan, no therapies. And I'm not just saying like the talk therapy, no yoga, no body work, no I go and take a walk when I feel this way.
Right.
Nothing. As a matter of fact, one client, and I do call her a client that I should have said no to, told me very early on that she had anxiety. And she blamed it on her partner, on her husband. And then she like made a comment to me and was like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna make it his problem.
Ew.
He was a military dad. They had so many kids. And it was like, oh, so you've been through this before.
I'm gonna make it his problem.
And he's been through this before with you. And
it was too late.
It was too late. It was rough. It was a draining one. And yeah, that was when I put that on my no list. I learned better, and I was like, I can't do that again. Like when I hear stuff like that, I know I'm walking into an unhealthy situation, and I know I can't do that. Those are probably my no's. Like people who like tell me I'm depressed during pregnancy, I have postpartum depression. I can hang with you.
Right.
I can hang with you. You know, people who tell me like, oh, I can't afford your services. 8 times out of 10, I can roll with you. Like I got it. Be it barter or working with, there's an organization in our state that will pay Black families to pay Black doulas so that they get the support that they need. Shout out to Joy Spencer at Equity Before Birth. It's the only nonprofit that I would vouch. I put my reputation on Joy Spencer.
And you give her money.
And I'm about to give her some money. Okay. Shout out to Joy Spencer.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, like I work with everybody. Projects, big new builds, home births, hospital births.
Yes.
Crunchy, sterile.
Sterile.
It doesn't matter. I'll show up.
You do show up.
I do.
In a big way. And okay, so I want to jump in here and say, like, again, not all doulas are created equally. I knew I was getting high quality, otherwise I wouldn't have done it. Like, not even high quality. That seems so deep. Deep.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting deep with you, Whit.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah. And I didn't know. Like, wow. Like, brings tears to my eyes. Wow. And I just wish this on every person. And unfortunately, I know that's not the case. Like,
and I won't say I'm the best. I didn't miss a couple birds because y'all go fast. I done missed a couple birds. Not a lot, but one a year. That's generally how I average. But and I have grown so much in, again, almost 10 years of being a doula that I think I've just crafted something now that feels like even
crafted is heavy on craft
with us, because like people have my doula number.
Yeah.
Like, so when you texted my personal number and for you to be the last one, I was like, what would be the odds that like my last family is going to break every norm, every routine that I ever have, but for it to be so worth it. So worth it. Like, I built a business. It's a really successful business. I love what I do. I love it so much that I think I have to take it a step forward and become a real healthcare provider. But for y'all to be the last family and to break almost every norm. You did finally get on the schedule.
Oh, I did?
That was great. That was wonderful. That made me, at least my Virgo tendencies feel a little more.
Maybe.
But it was worth it. And I think what it told me was, you can build all these routines in a business, but the real work is care work. And when we really make that the bread and butter, that's what's yummy.
Okay, when y'all are hearing this, I need y'all to like choose wisely is essentially the point of this. And me sharing any of what I'm sharing about my very private pregnancy, because I popped up like what with a baby. Y'all didn't know because I was very protective of this pregnancy. The point of me sharing any of this is so that you can just see and just understand that like it doesn't have to be one way. It doesn't have to be this way.
I hope it is for you.
Yeah,
though.
but I do.
I hope it's yummy like this.
It's been yummy. It's been yummy. But choose wisely, because your birthing space is so sacred.
Yeah.
And I have heard stories of a doula sleeping. Make you itch.
Like, maybe if you got like an epidural and like we're all taking a nap together, but like...
And not to say like you can't, there's not a time for you to go to sleep.
But just, girl, hey.
But not being helpful.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you are just fresh out of training. You have a job to do. Like, this is sacred work that you're doing.
Absolutely.
I need to be with it.
And reverence. I think for me, it always comes back to reverence. Like, I've not been pregnant. I've only been blessed to watch. But I think what I've gathered is that I respect so dearly what your body's going through, what it's been through.
Felt that.
And am almost in awe of you. So I think that's the vibe that I wish all doulas had. And yeah, maybe it's because I'm the rich childless auntie that like I get to do that, and I don't have any kids that like need me to come home at 3 a.m. Like maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. I know that parents do hard things. I know other doulas can do it, but that's just, I don't know. That's been my vibe.
Heavy on that too, because I don't think I had an opinion on this before, but I do not believe that your doula needs to have had kids to be a good doula or be a good support person for you. And then I love your variety in families that you help, and that you like. You're the only person aside from my mother that I feel confident in leaving my child with.
Yeah, I mean, because I see people who are trying to get pregnant and helping them get there, and it's really fun when people pee on sticks, and I'm like one of the first people that knows. And then when people are like, yo, pregnancy is actually a little hard for me right now, can you step in? And I'm there. Or even in postpartum, like I just got my first postpartum family that I'm only doing postpartum for them, and it's like, whoa, like just a completely different way that I get to show up. And then of course, like I nanny for 2 kids during the week. Both families are my best friends. I say that first, and I just happen to have been their doulas as well. So
I love it.
yeah. So, but I think it's just it's just a commitment to caring for the.
I'm in awe of you as well.
I'm in awe of you for real. The blueprint, like. So also one thing that we didn't share was the reason that I was saying no to our good girlfriend Aisha was I was supposed to be pregnant. My partner and I were trying to get pregnant. We're a queer family, so it takes us a little while. We were trying to get pregnant. I was like, yeah, girl, like I don't want to be that doula, like damn near pregnant, about to give birth when you about to give birth at your birth. So like, let's find somebody else who can be there for you. And it just wasn't in the card for us, but that's okay. Yet. And so, yeah, I was saying no because I was trying to protect my space. But watching you do it, I have a whole different timeline for myself now. Like, I know, and it's not like I know what my body, like I know what my body has to look like. It's like I know how I want to feel in my body.
Yes.
I know like the body literacy that I want to have, the level of body literacy that I want to have, because yours is tea.
Ooh.
The way that you check in during your labor, and I do think we should do like a little reaction to some of your birth video.
I would love to. That's such a good idea. A reaction video.
Because the way you was just in labor, like just doing it like that. Yeah, that's why I like kept giggling at the people online, because they're like, you put your baby at risk. I'm like, girl,
don't talk to me like that.
Actually, you're hurting my feelings now, because the way you eat, I've never seen a pregnant person, and they're really not going to like this, because I'm going to tell on everybody else who I'm their doula, and y'all know it. Nobody else drank water like you. Nobody else drank water like you. It was so cool. She'd be like, is this enough water? And I looked at her and I was like, they all hate me when I say this. I think you need to drink like an extra cup of tea. I'm sorry. That's the recommendation. She goes, okay, what other tea can I drink? Because I'm already having like 3 cups of this tea today. And I'm like, I'll bring it to you. I'll bring it to you in bulk, just so that you can have it.
Yeah, you did. Like you would just be dropping stuff off, and I'm like, word, got it. Hot water. We'll do that. 1,000,000%. Get you the right doula, okay? Like the way you operate too, out of like care and gift. Like, let me gift this to you. Let me bring this to you. I brought you soup. I made you XYZ. And it was the first time I was actually able to receive.
Yeah. Ooh.
And not feel like I gotta give some, because that's me. That's my tendency, is like, she gave me this, I need to and I felt so safe in receiving with you. Yeah, and which has like played into this postpartum, like having people come and show up for me and massages and all of that. That's been beautiful. But yeah, I felt really good. Yeah, these people online, they don't know what they're talking
They don't know what
about.
the hell they talking about.
Like, come talk to me nice.
Whole Foods.
Talk to me
Like,
nice.
yeah, they once they actually went, and I'm glad that the people who are gonna hear it are
Yeah.
gonna understand. But
Yeah.
if the internet even knew an inkling, they would lose their shit, because it's just not. And we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
When I'm like, could you imagine if, and we like go through those scenarios of like,
Scenarios.
I don't know how people are doing it that way. And it's like, yeah. And like, that's the medical industrial complex, or that's the big system that people have signed up for, and they don't know that they've signed up for it, but they're so used to taking X prenatal that has X amount IU whatever of
something.
IUI, is it,
Unit.
of this much, because they don't eat well, because
Yeah.
or like they're
can get it from your
having to do all of the hydration packs and things like that, because they're not
Yes.
drinking herbal teas or tea, or like any, or enough water. Hell, forget the tea.
Drink the tea, just the water.
You know, or they're not moving their bodies, and so they're not understanding like why they have certain discomforts in their body, or why baby is reacting to so much activity during labor, and why baby is so stressed. It's because you've created an environment where stagnation, I hate to say that,
It's true though.
but where stagnation is the norm.
That's you. I'm gonna talk about it. No, I'm gonna talk about it because how do you show up for? Let's call it a marathon. How do you show up for a marathon? You haven't stepped foot on a track or trail or nothing.
You remember that analogy I gave you in childbirth education was like, just consider that you're about to check in or clock in for a 30-hour shift. What you gonna
Yes.
do before? And I had to put it in that 30-hour shift mindset, because that's when people, I saw it click for people.
Yes.
But it's hard, because it's like, dang, I can't just tell you, hey, lay down and rest right now and accept that that's your season.
Yeah.
Because people can't receive that.
Nope.
And you was like, at least in pregnancy, you was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go lay my ass now.
Yeah, because it's hard for me. Yeah. It's very hard for me as a doer, all these ideas. I want to do it before baby came. Yeah. No, there was a point where I was like, nah, let me just listen. Let me just listen. And I'm glad I did.
And listen again, not because I've experienced it, but because I've watched so many of us go through it. And I want and I don't know, so you're this beautiful coalition, combination of all of the mamas that I've seen. And so for you and Little Hummingbird to be my last was like just so special to me. Y'all really have been a gift to me already. So
I accept, and vice versa.
thank you, babe.
I accept. Oh, you up?
Yeah.
You chill, you rocking. This is actually part one because we have so many things to talk about. From this is a marathon. You haven't stepped foot on a trailer track. You don't even have the right sneakers.
Oh my Lord.
You don't even have the right shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't even get to a squat.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Let me not make the people upset.
No, I think it has to be shaken up, because I won't even, like, forget everybody else. I want for myself to shake it up. I know I heard that part too.
I smelled it first. I love you, boo.
Yeah, but even like forget everybody else. I'm mad. I was mad in the moment of like, oh, she thinks she better than me. She indeed is. No. She indeed is. She's doing the damn thing. And I'm reading right now Bell Hooks' Sisters of the Yam. And I just finished the chapter where it says work makes life sweet. And you really tasked yourself to doing the work.
Yep.
And you made it really clear to me as an earth sign that like these are the things. And it's not weird, vague shit.
Yeah.
It's like eat whole foods, drink your water. What are the herbal teas that are going to support your body right now? Move your body early. So that once you get to the point where you're actually uncomfortable, you know the difference between feeling uncomfortable and hurting, suffering.
You remember when we went the first part? That's gonna be another episode. When we went to our midwife, I said our, and they're like, you would, and I was like, are you in pain? I was like, I don't really know. Like,
And I was like, girl, because at this point, the people be suffering.
like I'm like, I don't know, like lightning crash, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Is this pain? No, not really. And then boom, I go into labor. You know.
You know, and another thing too about like the sort of spectrum of am I uncomfortable or am I suffering? The other end of that is, do I feel unsafe?
Ooh, add that one.
You know?
Add that
And
one.
so there is I call it the spectrum of ease. You just found yourself in a really beautiful spot. And I'll say too, because there's some shit that came up in your pregnancy.
You know that.
And we won't got to talk about it.
We'll talk about parts of it.
But and it for everybody but you, and that was the moment where I was like, oh no, this is big sis, because your mind frame was, you know what? Actually, this is a first world problem. Fuck it. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be good.
Always be good.
And not, but it didn't get to the me and my baby gonna be, and I'ma just, it was like, no, actually, like life is good. And I need to step back.
Yeah.
And maybe I need to lay down.
Yeah.
And maybe I need to just rest right now.
And I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not worried about that. I have something to do.
Absolutely. A big task to do, and got it done in a really, really beautiful way.
I can't wait for the reaction video, because when we watched it back, the thing that stuck out to me was when Adia, she was like, what was that, 5 minutes? She pushed it 5 minutes, and she goes, born to birth. And I will never forget hearing that in the moment. I was like, no, for real. Damn, I think I am.
It has to be something about everything that you did, but especially the movement. Your physicality during labor was just beautiful to watch. You moved throughout your home. You moved throughout your home in such a beautiful way. And I could tell that you were just really grounded in your body. And that was really special. And so when things were coming up in labor and you were moving through the sort of like roadmap towards birth, I could just see your body changing in a really gorgeous way. So much so that even when you got up on your tippy toes, I was like, oh no, she's really ready to do it. And you really just did it.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, that's going to be part 2, because this is your line and we're going to end it, is when I was like, I have to poop. You're like, okay, let's poop then. But she knew that I was going to push a baby out.
And wasn't worried about you pooping.
I know, at all. But she was like, all right, let's poop. It was like, I don't know what your face was, but I have this image in my head that you're like, okay, let's go poop then.
Yeah.
And baby did.
And you started, and born in call. Let's just say that. Born in call.
And we're going to pause it there, okay? Because my labor story is in the community circle, because I'm not giving it to the rest of y'all crazy folks on the internet. But we're going to come back. We're going to run it back for probably 3, 4, 5 more episodes, because we have so much to talk about.
And then hopefully y'all follow me over to my channel, where we're going to walk through the seasons and also kind of talk about this really beautiful idea that I heard from an old midwife. I say that respectfully, but an old midwife who really encouraged me to become pregnant with my families. And talk about like what I was doing 6 months before you got pregnant, what you were doing 3 months into pregnancy and on through those trimesters. So
weave it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited for that.
Me too.
Okay, wait, I love you. Thank you for
Bye.
showing up all the ways. Bye.